This episode of Ham Talk Live is brought to you by Tower Electronics. For connectors, cables, and more, call 920-435-2973 or visit pl-259.com. And by ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. Visit www.icomamerica.com/amateur for more information about ICOM radios.
It's Ham Radio with Neil Rapp. Here we go. Welcome to Ham Talk Live. Call in, let's talk. Neil's your guy. Ham Talk Live. Here we go on Ham Talk Radio.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It's time for Ham Talk Live. It's episode number 269, the Portable Ops Challenge 2021, recorded live on Thursday, August 26th, 2021. I'm your host, Neil Rapp, WB9VPG. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Ham Talk Live. Tonight we're joined by Dr. Scott Wright, K0MD, and we will take your calls live a little later on in the show. Last week, Faith Hannah Lee, KD3Z, and Don Wilbanks, AE5DW, were here to talk about the 2021 Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award. So if you missed that show, you can listen anytime at hamtalklive.com or on your favorite podcast app or on YouTube, and be sure to catch the rebroadcast of Ham Talk Live every Saturday afternoon on WTWW. That's 5085 on your AM dial. And again, that's Saturday afternoons at about 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're going to talk about the Portable Ops Challenge tonight. So get your questions ready to go. If you're listening to us live on Thursday night, you can call us after the interview. I'll let you know when it's time to call. But let me give you the phone number so you can have it ready to go. It's 859-982-7373. Again, the number 859-982-7373. We'll give that out several times later on in the show. Also, you can tweet us. I'll be watching that tonight. It's at Ham Talk Live on Twitter, and if you're on Spreaker, you can type in the comments, and we'll see that as well. So I'll be back with Scott right after this word from Tower Electronics right here on Ham Talk Live.
Thanks for choosing Tower Electronics. How may we help you today? We have PL259s, we have in connectors, we have SMA adapters, we have BNC adapters. What can I show you today?
Where's the tower?
Well, we don't actually have a tower with us, but we have all kinds of things you can use with a tower. We have power poles, antennas, soldering irons, and meters.
Where's the tower?
Ma'am, that's the name of our company. We can't haul towers to all the Hamfests across the country that we visit, but we have almost every connector and adapter you would need to connect your antenna that's on your tower.
I don't think there's a tower back there. I really don't.
Tower Electronics. Visit us at a Hamfest near you or call 920-435-2973 or see our whole catalog at pl-259.com. Sorry, one thing we don't have is a tower.
Running barefoot is for the beach. We're cranking 1.5 trillion nanowatts right here on Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to Scott and Jill over at Tower Electronics for sponsoring the show tonight. They help bring Ham Talk Live your way each and every week. Coming up, they will be in Shelby, North Carolina at the Hamfest there, September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Findlay, Ohio, September 12th. Peoria, Illinois, September 18th and 19th. Belvedere, Illinois, September 26th. Belton, Texas, October 2nd. Then they've got Crestview, Florida on October 9th. And, check the schedules. Make sure those are still going with our COVID situation. But you can catch Tower Electronics anytime at pl-259.com. So, welcome back, and tonight Dr. Scott Wright, K0MD, joins us on the Orlando Amateur Radio Club and Hamcation Zoom line. Dr. Scott Wright is an excellent contester. He's been on several DXpeditions and is the past editor of the National Contest Journal. He works for the Mayo Clinic teaching cardiology, which often lets him take his ham radio with him to all kinds of cool places. He's based out of Rochester, Minnesota, and is a graduate, of course, of the University of Kentucky. And that's the University of Kentucky, by the way. So good evening, Scott.
Hey, good evening, Neil. What a pleasure to join you and be on the number one ham radio talk radio show in the United States. And I continue to be amazed that your broadcast tower has 1.5 trillion nanowatts. Wow.
It's amazing how we do that. You'd think that would be illegal, but it's not.
No, you've got a license, I know.
Yeah. Well,
and there's no interference to your neighbors.
Right. Exactly. None at all. So we're talking a little bit about using power or not using power tonight, as we're talking about the Portable Ops Challenge. And what makes this a very unique contest is the way that it's set up to kind of equalize out those people who are running 1.5 trillion nanowatts, and those who are only running, 100 billion nanowatts. So, or maybe even 5 billion nanowatts. So, why don't you talk a little bit about it? I know it's in its second year now. So just kind of remind everybody what it's about and how this is different from a traditional, or at least what most people would consider a traditional contest.
My pleasure. Thanks again for inviting me onto your show. When I was editor of the National Contest Journal, it became clear to me that we needed to grow the ranks of contesters, but we were bumping up against some limits that were challenging to deal with. We have so many ham radio operators who live in covenant-restricted homes or live in cities, in apartment buildings or condominiums or other places where it's just not possible to get a tower from Tower Electronics and put up an antenna. Of course, I like your ads, by the way. But anyway, so I put it in one of my editorials a couple of years ago. I asked that the contesting community to please consider and propose some ideas of how we could engage urban contesters, throwing out ideas like, should we do a worked all boroughs contest for New York City? Or should we do a special urban parks on the air contest? And despite all of the interest by a number of clubs to promote contesting, no one really picked up that baton and did anything with it except one individual from Jackson, Mississippi, Dr. Frank Howell, K4 Fox Mike Hotel. And Frank thought it was a good idea. And Frank's, of course, an accomplished sociologist and demographer. He fully understands the trends of aging in the contest community and the need to have new fresh blood, so to speak, not just fresh meat for sweepstakes, but fresh contesters for a number of events. So he put together an international committee of hams from Asia Pacific Rim, from South Africa, from the United States, from Europe, including some very prominent contesters, prominent soda activists and portable operators, and said, let's pick up Scott Wright's challenge and see what we can do. And so his group, and I was on the initial steering committee, designed something called the Portable Operators Challenge, and this is the second year. It's a contest event designed to allow a more level playing field between those who have, as I do and many other contesters, a tower and Yagis, and those like you, Neil, who live in a home with a covenant and restriction and who really will have trouble just getting a dipole up without it being too stealth. Or my good friend and neighbor, K4IU Fred, who has covenant restrictions and can only use wires. Or those who want to operate portable. And so the contest is designed to create a level playing field by scoring it on the concept of sort of the kilometer per watt using exchanges. And it will give extra credit for those who are running low power or QRP power, as you said, 5 billion nanowatts. For those who might be running full legal power in the United States, which is, as you pointed out, 1.5 trillion nanowatts. And for those who, like me, struggle sometimes with all those 10 to the minus 9s, converting them, we're talking about 1,500 versus 100 versus 5 watts or even less. So it's designed to really level the playing field like golf handicap does. It's a contest that really encourages activity. Can you get on? Can you make contacts? And it allows those who run low power or portable operations to really be competitive to potentially win their section or win the event. It certainly takes nothing away from superstations like K3LR and K9CT and W3LP2L or others. But it also allows individuals like K4SWL, Thomas Witherspoon, who operates portable exclusively and does an amazing job, to compete and potentially win. And so it's really designed to give individuals a chance to get out and operate and to have some fun over the Labor Day weekend. And that's what it's all about. We're really promoting it, and we hope that we can see several hundred people join this year and take part in it. It's something that maybe will stick and grow, and we can ultimately get some contesters from, major metropolitan areas like Los Angeles and New York and Houston and Dallas, et cetera, who really are stranded, but get out in the parks and operate and just have fun for 4 hours, 8 hours, or 12 hours.
Okay, well, we've got a little audio clip we're going to play, which is an advertisement kind of thing, promotion for the event. So let's take a listen.
What you doing?
Feeding the chickens.
Well, are you going to take the challenge?
Yep, I plan to. You?
I'm thinking about it. What about the big guns? Think they'll win?
They didn't last year, but then they didn't show up either.
Is that why you're feeding the chickens now?
Yep. Champions are never afraid of competition. Will you take the challenge? See foxmikehotel.com/challenge.
So, kind of a lighthearted look at it, but it comes across as a fun thing, but definitely conveys the idea. So,
yeah, it does.
That's
it's designed
a little bit about it.
It does. It's designed to get operators like me and others who have stations who can score 1 million or 2 million points in the CQ Worldwide contest to get on and make some contacts with those who are really antenna challenged or low power challenged. And the website that Frank gives on the ad is not quite what is correct. Let me give you the correct website. It's foxmikehotel.com/challenge/. That's Fox Mike Hotel. And that's FOXMIKEHOTEL, not abbreviated. foxmikehotel.com/challenge/. That will get you right there. Or just go to foxmikehotel.com and then you can link to it in one click, which is what I do each time. Yeah, we're hoping we can get some contesters out. In fact, Neil, I've sponsored a plaque for the Society of Midwest Contesters and a plaque for Minnesota Wireless for a member in each group who scores the highest, provided 25 or more join the contest. And so we're hoping that we can get some hands-on from the Midwest for sure, and create some activity and just have some fun.
Sounds like a great plan. So tell everybody how they can participate. So let's talk a little bit about bands and modes and the exchange and time and date, all that important stuff.
Right. Well, the contest is going to be Labor Day weekend, September 4th and 5th. You can find all of this at contestcalendar.com and look on September 4th and 5th. The exchange is simply your grid square. So I live in EN34RA, that's Echo November 34 Radio Alpha, and I'll be sending EN34, I think it's your 4-digit Maidenhead grid square. The major logging programs are ready for it. N1MM was kind enough to created a special edition for the contest. You can use phone, CW, or digital. The most points come from a phone contact, obviously. Second most points, CW, and third most points, digital. You can have one transmitter or two, but your points are divided by the number of transmitters that you run. So if you're running, two transmitters, your point score will be divided in half to sort of level the playing field there. And it will be on the contest bands, 160 through 10, which realistically for this contest will likely be 80 through 15, given the status of the sunspot cycle and where we are with solar flux. And if we have any residual sequelae from the solar flares that are hitting in the next day or two, the bands may be really hot and 10 meters may open, and then all bets are off. And if the big guns show up, they may find themselves in a David versus Goliath battle with the little pistols actually winning. And so I plan, I've had an ICOM 705 for about a year, and I plan to put my 705 out on our screened-in porch, put up my buddy pole, or put up the 20-meter Alpha Delta dipole that I have taken on vacation, string it up in one of my trees, run the coax into the back porch, and just spend 4 hours enjoying it. Let me give you the exact time, if I may, of the hour.
Yeah, I was looking at the website here. There are 3 4-hour periods as well. So it's only, 4 hours at a time. So, be sure to explain that, as you go through those times.
On September 4th, the contest runs 800 Zulu to 11:59 Zulu. So, remember 800 Zulu will be, let's see, that's, quite early in the morning for me. So GMT 00 for me is 7. So if I add 8 hours to that, that's 3 a.m. To 1200, which would be 7 a.m. And then it's 1600 Zulu to 1959 on the 4th. And then on the 5th, it's 0000, which is 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, to 0400, which would be approximately 11 p.m. Central, midnight Eastern, etc. It's designed to have 3 4-hour blocks. You do not have to operate all 3 blocks. You can operate 1 block, 2 block, or 3 blocks. Just get on and enjoy it. It's designed, though, at different times because it's a worldwide event. We have stations planning to be on from Europe, from the Middle East, not from Africa that we're aware of, but we hope, and certainly Australia and Pacific Rim. And so we want to be able to have the hours available to allow propagation between Europe, North America, and Australia for sure, Neil. And that's the reason why it's at different times of day. Now, people who are really contest aficionados will say, you're having this event on the same days as the CW Open. That's true, but it's at different times. So those of you who are in CW Ops, I issue you a challenge as a lifetime CW Ops member to spread the love about CW by operating the Portable Operators Challenge during your off times from the CW Open, and make some contacts and talk about your love for CW. So again, September 4th and 5th, 0800 GMT to 11:59, September 4th, 1600 GMT to 1959 GMT, and then September 5th, 0000 Zulu to 3:59 a.m. Zulu on September 5th.
All right. And the 4-hour blocks are a little more manageable. It kind of gives you a chance to take a break and do some other things. Like you said, the CW Open, running, 48 hours or even 24 is a challenge in itself. So this is a way to kind of shorten that a little bit.
That's right. And, it's Labor Day weekend. So for all of us in the United States, we're going to have time off with family. I personally plan to operate 4 hours. I don't think I'll do all 3 4-hour blocks because it's Labor Day weekend and I want to do some things with my family. It's a nice contest design so it doesn't rob your family of you for an entire holiday period like CQ Worldwide often does over the Thanksgiving weekend. Or the ARRL DX sideband contest frequently does for Valentine's Day weekend. And so, 4 hours is a nice time frame. And if you like it, you can get back on a second 4-hour shift. And what we have learned about contesting is that contesters prefer shorter contests. There are the diehards like me who do enjoy 48-hour contests, but they are fewer and fewer each year. And younger operators especially love shorter contests. They can get on, they compete, and they can be done. And this contest is designed for that. And we hope to have a large youth contingent from Europe on this contest. So hopefully your listeners like Kilo Golf 5 Hotel Victor Oscar and all of those who came to the Yoda camp, like my contest club's champion Keese and others, will get on and be a part of this. And, maybe the youth will show we adults up. Who knows? We'll see. We'll put the gauntlet down at least.
I'll tell you what, they are really on fire right now. They have been doing some stuff after the camp and just kind of been reading the messages fly by, and it's just amazing what they're doing. So it wouldn't surprise me to hear several of them on during this contest and others. So let's look back at last year and give a little idea of how it went last year and what changes were made to improve things for this year.
Last year we had pretty sparse attendance and participation because the contest was held on the same weekend as the California QSO party. And we realized that strategic issue a little too late to change the date. And the California QSO team was very worried that operators would create interference and confusion for their contesters, but none of that happened. And so this year we surveyed all of the posted contest dates and went with what we thought was a contest time that would allow outdoor weather that was appropriate or as close to ideal as possible for the northern and southern hemispheres, and was not on a weekend with a major contest like the California QSO party or the CQ Worldwide RIDI contest or CQ Worldwide sideband contest. And we had a working group who picked the date, and then another working group who worked on the rules and revised the rules and the logging programs so that we're ready. And we've really promoted it a lot. Frank has bought ads, journals. It's been promoted on a number of social media podcasts, including the number one podcast, Ham Talk Live, and of course Ham Nation as well, and others. And it's been on the ICQ podcast. I've heard it talked about there, and so we're hoping Martin and his son and some of the other hosts of the ICQ podcast will get on, and we can have a QSO with them. So I think for everyone who, like me, has a small rig, a low power rig, or a portable rig, like you're missing field day. If you need another field day experience, well, call a few friends over and provide a pizza or some barbecue on Saturday afternoon of Labor Day weekend, and put an antenna up in the tree and get on for 4 hours and just have fun, or invite an operator over who's not active because they don't have a station, and let them enter at one point with a station that you set up in your backyard or your driveway. And there's no penalty for using home power in this contest, or no advantage to using a battery. It's all based on the amount of wattage you're putting out. But just have some fun and try something new. And the winners of this contest do not qualify for the WRTC, so there's no pressure here to win, because the trip to Italy has been decided. And Neil, you and I are not going.
Yes, we are not going. That is true. Did not qualify.
Yes,
yes. It was close. It was close. Yes, by that much. Yes.
Yeah.
So there's always this back and forth of life's too short for QRP and QRP makes most efficient use of what you have, and so you're going to be heard better with an amplifier. You're not going to be heard quite as well on 100 watts or on QRP. So you can expect that you may get more contacts with the higher power. But this really makes you think about, which one do I want to go for? And where do I want to set that power level to make most use of the time? So what are your thoughts here? Amplifier or no? And QRP or 100 watts?
I think if you have a home station, but you don't have a portable antenna array, or you cannot build a dipole by the time of the contest, use your home station. And, 100 watts if you're going to do CW or RIDI or FT8. If you're going to use sideband, 100 watts usually is fine, but if you need the amplifier, just kick it on. I have started enjoying QRP operating a lot more than I thought. It's not like operating with 100 watts or with a 1.5 kilowatts. It's different. You wait for the pileup to thin out before you can work the station. But we were on family vacation in July in western North Carolina, and I took the 705 and a dipole and a tuner, and I threw it up in a tree about 30 feet off the ground and let it slope down in an inverted V fashion. SWR wasn't perfect, so I tuned it out. And I worked one night on CW. I worked Argentina. That's about 5,000 miles. It was amazing with 5 watts of power. So I think I said I had almost 1,000 miles per watt. And that's kind of cool. But I missed a lot of Europeans who couldn't hear me because I wasn't strong enough. And I worked a lot of U.S. stations. So it depends on what you want to try out. If you've never done QRP and you have an interest, well, try it for 4 hours, see what you can do. If you have a home station, try one period at 100 watts and one period at higher power. Have some fun. Your score is going to count based on your highest power used. So before you kick on the extra power, make sure you really want to do it. But if you need to do it, go ahead. I think it just depends on what you're doing. Last year when the 705 was new to me, I got on the CQ Worldwide RIDI contest running QRP, and I worked a lot of Europeans on my Yagi. So you can do a lot with QRP with good antennas. And I have a friend, W0GJ, who frequently wins #1 US CQ or ARRL 160 running QRP. And this is a guy that has multiple full power amplifiers in his shack, but he also enjoys QRP. So life isn't too short for QRP. Life is life is ready for ham radio. Get on and enjoy it, And if you're Mark Brown and you're listening tonight and you've got that nice Kenwood TS990 that'll run 200 watts, I'd crank it up to 200 watts if I were Mark. And just enjoy it and have some fun and sort of enjoy all the nice positive comments you're going to get from being at the Huntsville Handfest and all they did.
Well said. All right. Well, it's time to take a break, so we'll do that, and we'll come back with Scott and talk a little more, and we'll start taking your phone calls right after this word from ICOM America right here on Ham Talk Live. ICOM has the base station of your dreams with the IC7851, IC7610, IC9700, and IC7300 SDR transceivers. ICOM's amateur radios are top of the line and are the first choice for contesters across the globe. Robust base stations like these cut through pileups, letting you work the bands and record those contacts. Keep your competitive contesting edge with ICOM. Heard it, worked it, logged it. The IC7851 gives you a new window into the RF world and is HF excellence unparalleled. With faster processors, high input gain, high display resolution, and a cleaner signal, it is truly the pinnacle of HF perfection. It has dual receivers, digital IF filters, a memory keyer, digital voice recorder, and an SD card slot. The IC7610 is the SDR every ham wants. This high-performance SDR can pick out the faintest of signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. The ICOM IC7610 is a direct sampling software-defined radio that will change the world's definition of an SDR transceiver with RF direct sampling, 110 dB RMDR, independent dual receiver, and dual Digicel. Create your own band opening with the IC 9700. This transceiver brings the direct sampling to the UHF VHF weak signal world. This all-mode transceiver is loaded with innovative features that are sure to keep you busy: faster processors, higher input gain, higher display resolution, and a cleaner signal. It has a 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope and waterfall, smooth satellite operation with 99 satellite channels, dual watch operation, and full duplex in satellite mode. The IC 7300 changed the way entry-level HF is designed. This high-performance, innovative HF transceiver with a compact design will far exceed your expectations. It has RF direct sampling, 15 discrete bandpass filters, a large 4.3-inch color touchscreen, real-time spectrum scope, and an SD card slot. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur for more information on ICOM radios.
Join the conversation. Give us a call at 859-982-7373. Again, the number to call is 859-982-7373. Or, if you'd rather type than talk, tweet us at Ham Talk Live. Now, here's Neil Rapp with more Ham Talk Live.
Here's the snap. Rapp takes the rig. He breaks through the pileup. He's on 80. Now 40. Now 20. 15. 10. 2 meters. Touchdown. Ham Talk Live.
Welcome back to Ham Talk Live. Thanks to ICOM America for sponsoring the show, and they also bring Ham Talk Live your way each and every week. Check them out at icomamerica.com/amateur. And be sure to check out Ham Talk Live on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And we're on the air every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time right here at hamtalklive.com. Well, before we get back to Scott and your phone calls and tweets, it's time for the Ham Talk Live Joke of the Week.
Now it's time for the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week, the part of the show where Rick tells us a ham radio joke. The Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week is brought to you by QRM Labs. Now, here's Rick Garrett in 9 GSU with today's Ham Talk Live Joke of the Week.
I talk to a ham nearly every morning on the local repeater. He's at work when he chats, and he runs the iron machine at the local dry cleaners. I guess you could say he's a smooth operator.
This has been the Ham Talk Live Ham Radio Joke of the Week with Rick Garrett in 9 GSU. Tune in again next week for another joke from Rick.
All I can hear is that song, Smooth Operator.
I was thinking the same thing. Rick is he comes up with the most clever and unique jokes, I think.
Yes, he does. So tune in for another one next week, and thanks, Rick, for doing that. And he's a smooth operator. There we go. All right, well, it's time for your calls. So if you have a question or a comment, give us a call right now. Now is the time. 859-982-7373. For those of you spelling at home, that's UKY 982-7373. Or you can tweet us at Ham Talk Live. And if you're listening to us on WTWW or on the podcast edition, you won't be able to reach us live because we're doing this on Thursday. So let's take a look here. We do have a tweet here from a familiar voice. RJWY7AA says that he and the famous WY7AA Elco, yes, the El Camino, the car that can't decide if it's a truck or a car, which RJ's taken this thing all across the country on all kinds of portable ops. A lot of them on satellite, but he says he and the Elko will be out in on a county line mobile for the Colorado QSO party on September 4th. So he's wondering, can he participate in the Colorado QSO party there on the county line, or the Fox Mike Hotel Challenge simultaneously? Okay, so he said, if not, I'll do one on Saturday and the other one on Sunday. But can he do both here, Scott?
RJ, you certainly can do both. Please do, and I encourage everyone to work RJ and give him lots of cues in the Colorado QSO party as well. Just submit your Portable Operator Challenge log separately from the Colorado QSO party challenge. And I bet the Burgundy El Camino is quite a car and quite a vehicle for operating portable. No onboard computers to knock out with any RF interference. It's reliable. Neil, I want to correct one thing I said. The frequencies are 80 through 10. So those of you who are really excited about operating mobile 160 for this contest or portable 160,
yes,
just work the Colorado QSO party on that band, but work us on POC with 80 through 10.
And if you work 160 mobile, I want to see that antenna. You need to send a picture.
Yeah, the coil is approximately the diameter of the roof of the car, I believe.
You may have to do like a fire truck and have those little feet that stick out, to keep it from toppling over the whole car.
I've often thought, wouldn't a fire truck be a great antenna support platform?
Oh, it would be. And a snorkel truck, even better.
Oh, yeah, and a crane at a building site, even better.
Yeah. It's not well, I guess it's kind of portable. Not what you typically think of as portable, but
it's very portable because it's stationary and it's parked for a while.
So, yeah, RJ, you can do both, and he's out there on the county line, so that way you can get two counties at once, and I'm sure that people will be glad to hear you on there. So get out there in the Elko and go. So thanks for writing in and listening tonight. If you have a question or a comment about the Portable Ops Challenge, give us a call at 859-982-7373 or tweet us at Ham Talk Live. And again, if you're on Spreaker, you can type in the comments, and we'll get that as well. So we've talked a little bit about this. I know you have been busy doing some renovations in your shack, and you told me you were out in the heat just a little bit ago, making some more renovations. So what's the latest on the K0MD antenna farm?
Well, I've grown frustrated with my 80-meter Foursquare because I seem to top out about 35 to 40 DXCC entities per big contest. So I have replaced my Force 12 vertical dipoles, the Sigma 80s, with full-size 80-meter verticals. I bought 4 from DX Engineering. They make really high-quality things, and 2 of my good friends in the hobby have used this vertical in a Foursquare array. And I am excited. We had a antenna raising party a few weekends ago, and a group from the Minnesota Wireless Association, Team South, came over, and about a dozen people and helped me get all 4 assembled. But I've been laying radials. Let's see, I have to lay 240, Neil, and I'm about 75 done of the 240. And I presume I have about 6 weeks left of good weather to put them in the ground, so I've got to pick up the pace a little bit. Before the ground starts to get a little hard and it gets too cold for me to be out working, and we don't have daylight. We've had wonderful long hours of daylight, but it's starting to, here in the northern latitudes of the U.S., it's starting now to shorten. So try to take advantage of that after work and on the weekends when I can. I've also got to replace another antenna on my second tower. My 2-element stepper broke about 3 weeks after getting it up and using it. Yeah, one of the elemental housing units broke, and so I've got to take it down, and I'm just going to replace it with a C3 from JK, and then I'll sell the 2-element stepper because it'll be excess to my needs at that point after I get it repaired. And so those are the big projects at the K0MD contest station, and hopefully I'll have a much better signal on 80 and can work, more DX contacts. And it's probably the wrong time of the sunspot cycle to upgrade your 80-meter antenna, but it's been a project that I've had on the to-do list for 2 or 3 years, and it's a ton of work. I have budgeted 120 hours of labor to do it, and I think it's going to end up being a little over 200 hours by the time I get it all done. It's not a project for the faint of heart or for someone who's time challenged. You've got to really commit. And I started in April doing it, and here we are at the end of August, and we're still pushing ahead, but slowly but surely.
Yeah, well, wish you well on that, and I look forward to when I can start putting those antennas up again. I'm really missing having a working antenna at home, let alone the tower. So one of these days we'll find some land and get that going. Well, one other thing I wanted to talk to you about before you go, and we'll make a last call here for calls at 859-982-7373 or tweet us, is that, we've talked a little bit about this, portable ops challenge, trying to draw in some of the newer and younger contesters with some of the rules, the shorter periods, equating the power and the antennas that people are using in the contest, and some other things that are coming up that's really big right now is we're getting youth categories in a lot of these major contests, and now we've got the North American QSO Party sponsoring a youth category. So give me your thoughts on that.
I think it's good to have categories that encourage contesters who may not be experienced with high skill levels or significant station investments. So I'm glad to see a youth category, and I would love to see a first 5-year license category. So that, individuals could get on and feel like they can compete within a group that's a level playing field for them. I think anything that promotes more contest activity and gives individuals a chance to win a certificate or a plaque is a good thing. Contesters seem to be unique and unified in that they like rewards. They like to be recognized for their work. So the more the merrier. And Neil, really, you are doing an amazing job promoting youth activities between the K9 SOU station and all the youth you mentored in your accomplished career as a public school teacher to now with the Yoda events. You're doing a great job. And I think I heard you say Jocelyn is on the line.
Yeah, well, we've got Jocelyn KD8VRX on the phone line on the Hamcation hotline here, so we'll get to him here in just a second. But on this youth thing, I want to mention that next week on the show, K1AR John Doerr will be here to talk about the CQ Worldwide youth categories in the sideband and CW contest. So we've got North American QSO Party now, and then CQ Worldwide sideband and CW. So a little preview of next week. But yes, let's go to the Hamcation hotline here and talk to Jocelyn, KD8VRX. Good evening.
Well, good evening, Neil, and good evening, Dr. Wright. I just want to say, yeah, we took part in the Portable Operation Challenge. The club and I got a group together, and we got on, and it was fun. We had a good time. We didn't realize we went to a park location and didn't realize we were in a valley till somebody had to use the restroom, and came back and said, we're right between two hills. We should probably move location. We weren't doing too well. And as I've told people, because they're like, oh, QRP, as we've said, life's too short. We've all heard it. Take that 100-watt rig. You don't have to run 100 watts. You can dial the power down, or if you need to turn it up, turn it up. It's just a matter, as Dr. Wright said earlier, is that QSO worth that that bump because that's what you're going to be listed as. But no, we had a blast. And I like the sessions this year. I think as mentioned before, we are probably just going to do 1 4-hour session because of Labor Day, and people want to spend time with family now that we can actually somewhat all get back together again. We certainly want to take advantage of that. But appreciate you being on, talking about the Portable Operation Challenge, and really looking forward to it.
Thanks, Jocelyn, and thanks for your strong endorsement. Look forward to working you, and let us know what call sign you're using so I can look for you, and look for me on 20 meters and maybe 40 as well. And congratulations on all the things you're doing in ham radio. You lead a busy life, and if you can find time for ham radio, almost all of us can.
Yeah, life has been busy for sure, but again, I think as you mentioned, I think having it on short bursts, like the 4-hour, is perfect. I've done a few contests that are 48 hours, and at the end, I am done. I am spent. I need a vacation. But this is easy enough to fit in your schedule. And like I said, we usually go as a group, and we'll be working with the club call, which will be WC8ZOA. That will be the club call that we'll be using for the event. So we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, weather improves. It's been a little warm lately, but if we can find some shady spots, it will be fine. And like I said, really looking forward to it. So anyways, I just wanted to call in and say thank you again for promoting the event, and really looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Thanks again.
All right, Jocelyn, thanks for... All right, 7-3, thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, well, we're out of time here, but glad to get RJ and Jocelyn in here, so thanks for doing that. So, Scott, let's just kind of recap here how people can join in the fun.
Well, the Portable Operator Challenge will be on Saturday, September 4th, and into Saturday evening or Sunday, September 5th, GMT. 3 time periods, each are 4 hours long. You can find all of this information at contestcalendar.com for those dates. Bands are 80 through 10. Any mode is fine. Phone, CW, digital, your favorite digital mode, whether it's RTTY or FT8 or FT4. All of those count. The exchange is just your grid square. So 4-digit grid, 4-character grid square. And then your log, use N1MM or another logging program like N3FJP. They're all set up for this. And then submit your score. All of the details can be found at foxmycotel.com/portable/. Neil, thanks again for having us on to talk about this, for promoting it, for all that you do to provide a wide audience of information about the hobby of ham radio. And by the way, congratulations on your tremendous teaching career, and now the promotion to university faculty at 2 schools in the greater Northern Kentucky area. That's quite an accomplishment and quite a testament to your skills as a chemistry teacher. I am looking forward to seeing you get a radio station on the air and getting a tower up and helping you get some antennas going, Neil. So best to you and Julie, and I'll say 73, right. Turn it back.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate your kind words, and definitely looking forward to getting something up in the air here soon, and then hopefully get the tower going at the new location yet to be determined. So really looking forward to that. All right. Well, thanks so much. And again, it's the Portable Ops Challenge, foxmycotel.com, and check it out. And that is a wrap for this week's edition of Ham Talk Live. Thanks to my guest, Dr. Scott Wright, K0MD, and everybody out there in cyberspace for listening and calling in. And as I said, invite you back next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, when John Doerr, K1AR, will be here to talk about the new youth overlay category for the CQ Worldwide Sideband and CW contests. And for a list of all of our upcoming guests, go to hamtalklive.com. And if you like the show, please leave us a review. That's all we ask. So for now, this is Neil Rapp, WB9VPG, saying 7375, and may the good DX be yours.
Well, you came right back to my CQ call. Your readability 5 and strength 9. You never once mentioned your weather at all, and I didn't mention mine. We talked and talked